Welcome all to another episode of your favorite podcast, Targo. You look like you're on vacation, man.
Kind of. It's finally nice outside, man. Gotta dress the part.
I know. How warm is it there?
85.
80? Holy crap. It's like summer.
Got a couple days of it, then it comes back down to spring.
Yeah, I think we're sitting 80 right now, but even Seattle was 80. It's nuts. Anyways, how the heck are you? How was what was it, Louis Capaldi?
Yeah, that's what we went and saw. Louis Capaldi. It was great. Wife really enjoyed it.
Good. So on that note, what are you drinking?
I am drinking Yaya Brewing Company. Not from Yaya Torre.
Okay.
But they're out of Spokane Valley, so your neck of the woods. It's called Fluffy Puffy Sunshine. It's a New England style India Pale Ale.
I was going to guess. Is it an IPA? Because that sounds like an IPA. Cool can, though.
Yeah. And that is delicious. That is really good.
Yeah.
I would recommend.
Well, good. I know you don't generally go towards the IPAs, so.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Good. Today I got BJ's Piranha Pale Ale and a glass of white wine.
Double fisting today, huh?
I haven't had this one yet, and it exploded on me. That's fun.
I heard it. Now you know how it feels.
Well, I recommend it. But that's fun. I don't think I have any tell.
Well, it can sit there until we're done with this podcast.
Yeah, I guess so. I would say I'd Zamboni it, but no. Anyways, those are our brews. All over the place. Let's get to some banter. Welcome to Brews and Banter. We got a lot of games to cover today.
Oh, dude, we got a crap ton.
33 in total from the 26th to it's gonna be May 1st. Happy birthday, buddy.
Thank you.
Yeah. And then we got to preview midweek games the 1st to the 3rd of May, and then give our power rankings. So let's get right into it. Make sure to check out our Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and most importantly, our Redbubble. Make sure to check out our merch. We got some new stuff on there. If you haven't seen it, it's pretty awesome. And make sure to help contribute to keep us doing this.
Yes, sir. We might be going through these games kind of quick just because we have so many, but we'll probably stop in, go take a deep dive into the bigger ones.
Definitely. So let's get it started in the English Premier League on the 25th of April. We start with Wolves against Crystal Palace. You picked a draw. I picked Wolves.
You got it
and
right,
Wolves
man.
won 2-0.
Yeah.
Wolves looked the better team in this one, but I mean, it was only really 1-0 until the very end.
It was, yeah. Definitely, Jose Sa had to come up with some fantastic saves in this game. But I don't know if I would say Wolves were the better team. I mean, I would say Palace dominated possession in this game. They had 80% possession in the 82nd minute, so...
Okay.
I think the first half, Wolves could consider themselves a little lucky to be up 1-0. And then it was all Palace trying to get that equalizer.
And Wolves caught them on. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it was goal. A PK.
Yeah.
Goalkeeper had a terrible first touch, goes to try to slide tackle it forward and catches him. And yeah, it was ugly.
Yeah, Abricia Eze was pretty good in this one too.
Yeah, he did. So does Jose Sa, man, that goalkeeper for Wolves.
Yeah,
he
was so good.
Might be one of my top underrated goalkeepers in the league this year.
100%. He's had to do a lot of work, especially for a Wolves team that has struggled to score at times this season. Next up, we have Aston Villa against Fulham. We both picked Aston Villa for this one, and it was closer than we thought. 1-0 for this one.
Yeah, it was a close one. It was a close one. Fulham had chances, just couldn't put any of them away. But I mean, that first half was all Aston Villa, so
It was. I probably should have had a penalty in the 13th minute.
yeah, it was a weird one. Ollie Watkins kind of got a touch to it. You know, the commentator said the defender got a foot to the ball, but from the angles I saw, man, it didn't look like it to me. So I thought they got hard done.
Well,
but they got the win, the 1-0 win.
The 1-0 win, yeah. Tyrone Mings with the only goal in this one. It was all Villa in the first half, and Fulham tried to get back in the game. Just couldn't do it.
Nope.
Next up, we had the massive 6-pointer at the bottom of the table. Leeds against Leicester City. You picked Leicester. I picked a draw, and it ended 1-1.
This was a disappointment, man. One of these teams needed to win. A draw doesn't really do him any favors in this one. Tielemans thought he had the goal, but came back due to offsides. Were you Zamboning that? Is that what that noise was?
About to be on my lap. I had to. We were real classy for this episode.
You are, man. You are. Keeping it classy.
Yeah. Keeping it classy, San Diego.
But Luis Sinisterra, man, he put Leeds up in the 20th. Some good play. You know, I would say Leicester kind of dominated possession, but they couldn't really get any shots on target. But Leicester, they got their goal through none other than Jamie Vardy.
Yep. The man just can't seem to die.
No, but honestly, each team could have put like at least 3 more goals in probably.
Yeah, at the end, man, it was like basketball, back and forth. Each team had 3 to 4 good chances right at the end. Anyone could have won it. I think a draw is probably a deserved result, though.
Yeah, but doesn't do either of those teams any favors, man.
No, not at all. Next up, on the 26th, we had probably the surprise result of these midweek fixtures. Nottingham Forest against Brighton. We both picked Brighton, and Nottingham Forest won 3-1. Where did this come from?
Fantastic result for Forest, man.
Huge.
I mean, Estupiñán gives up a PK in the 9th minute, kind of gets caught on the ball, and then tries to make amends and has a rash challenge. Well, there's 1-0. Forest scored that PK. And then Brighton got a goal back in the 38th. Honestly, I think Keylor Navas could have done better. As a shot came in, and he kind of spilled it, and I don't know how you pronounce that Brighton player's name.
Facundo Buonanotte.
Yeah, he just had the easiest of tap-ins.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, Keylor Navas should have hung on to that one.
And then Forest, you know, they get one up. Pascal Gross with an own goal. And then Danilo got Forest on the 69th, counterattacked. It was a poor giveaway from Brighton. Caicedo kind of gets caught on the ball. And he has a nice through ball to, again, Onwenyehi or whatever you pronounce that guy's name. I think Gibbs White, man.
Made it 3. Another penalty given away by Brighton off a handball this time. Yeah.
So Brighton, they gave the ball away, man. They weren't clinical with their chances. So, I mean, Forest. Good job, Forest.
Yeah, credit to Forest.
I mean, and then Forest, man, they were on an 11-game winless run before this one.
Yeah.
So they needed a win
for them.
They needed a win.
Especially with everybody around them picking up points left and right during that 11-game span.
Yeah, a lot of draws in there.
Yeah. Next up, we had Chelsea and Brighton.
Brentford.
I thought this was going to be a lot closer than it was.
Chelsea and Brentford?
That's what I meant, Brentford.
Yeah, you picked a Chelsea win, didn't you? I picked a draw.
I did, just because it's Brentford away. They have not been good all season.
They were good enough to beat Chelsea at the bridge.
They were. I should have realized that Chelsea's just worse. So
yeah,
they're
I mean,
so bad.
A bit unlucky on the first goal, own goal by Cesar Azpilicueta in the 37th minute. Corner kick, kind of flicked headers, glances off his arm, goes far post. Well, not much you can do there, man. That one's tough.
Not at all. I felt bad for him, but I didn't.
But then Brian and Bomo, man, made it 2-0 in the 78th.
Yeah,
Had a nice run.
What a
Had a nice
counterattack
run.
that
Yeah.
was. Holy cow.
Kind of got I think it was a lucky deflection, but honestly, in that game when I was watching it, David Raya really didn't have many difficult
No.
situations or
No, Chelsea do not look good going forward.
at all, man. Like he wasn't tested at all. Like I don't think he had to make a nice save. I mean, he got put in some, little sticky situation here and there, but nothing that was a shot on goal. That was a tough shot on goal.
Yeah. Nothing that forced him to do anything.
No, but yeah, Chelsea going forward, man, are terrible.
They're awful. Yeah. And I'm not sure if Lukaku will help that any next season. So we'll see what they do. Next up, we had West Ham against Liverpool. You picked Liverpool. I picked a draw. I almost got a draw.
Almost.
But you were right. Liverpool wins 2-1.
That first goal that West Ham scored, though, man. Oh, yeah. Man.
Lucas Paqueta.
Beautiful play. Beautiful shot. Oh, lovely.
It pretty much sums up kind of how West Ham is playing right now compared to earlier in the season. So it's good to see. Been waiting all year for it.
But so, man, he got the scoring started for West Ham in the 12th minute, and Cody Gakpo got the leveler with a beautiful strike, man, way outside the box.
Way outside, yeah.
That was in the 18th, so just a few minutes, and then Joel Matip, man, got the winner off a corner header.
Yeah. Huge win for Liverpool. I did think personally that there was a handball by Thiago. VAR decided it wasn't. I know you said that you think that would be harsh if they got it.
I mean, look at the way he's kind of falling and the ball hits his hand. It's not like he moved towards the ball, I guess is what gets it for me. I mean, I know there's been worse calls out there that some PKs have been given for less.
Yeah.
But I hate those handball rules, man. If a player's trying to get out of the way or if he's falling, what's he supposed to do? Just fall face first? I think it would have been more on his ass, but
I know the head of UEFA did an interview with ESPN recently, and he said they had 30 of the top coaches in the world try to decide like handball situations, whether it was a handball or not. And half of them got it right and half of them got it wrong. And he said that no one knows what handball really is anymore.
I think so. I think you're right. What is a handball nowadays?
I don't know what a handball is either. It's like, well, I hit him in the hand. Is it? Is it not? I don't know. Yeah, makes no sense anymore.
I know playing on the playground, as a kid, anytime it touched a hand, you were calling it.
Yeah. Anytime. But we also played no blood, no foul. So you can't do that in professional sports. All right. Next up, we had the big one, Manchester City against Arsenal. We both picked Manchester City, and unfortunately, we were both very correct. This one wasn't even close from pretty much the first minute. Ended 4-1. Kevin De Bruyne got him started. Erling Haaland, beautiful.
Trapped down. It was a trap down with Rob Holding all over his back.
Yeah, and he just turned Rob Holding, played De Bruyne through, and he put it in the net.
I feel like Gabriel and Ramsdale could have done a little better on that one.
Yeah, I agree. Holding, for me, I don't understand why you're 45, 50 yards away from your goal. Why do you need to be all over his back? I don't get it.
No, not the best decision.
This game probably could have been 6-1. I'll be honest with you. Ben White had a nice last-ditch save on a De Bruyne shot,
a huge last-ditch save.
19 minutes going after that one.
Yeah, that was going in.
I don't agree with letting the second goal stand. The John Stones, and it's like refereeing 101, but they had VAR doing it where you're supposed to say even with the defense.
He was
when
onside.
They drew the line, it's back behind the defense, and you're not even getting the proper angle of his foot. And
he was onside, though.
Ben White's foot kept him onside. I didn't think he was.
I mean, I know there's that one. I know what angle you're talking about where, it looks like he's clearly offsides. But then they showed a different angle where, he was onside.
Straight down the line, he looks like he's clearly offsides. When you bring it back.
It wasn't on the line, that angle you're talking about. It was not down the line. He was onside, though, man. They drew the lines. The lines don't lie.
Anyways, yeah. It wouldn't have mattered either way, to be honest. De Bruyne got the third. Arsenal looked broken down after that. Tempers started flaring.
Yeah, after that third, it was done and dusted. Beautiful finish by De Bruyne through defender's legs. I don't remember which defender it was.
Could have been any of them.
For me, the only non-call was I think there should have been a penalty call against City, that Haaland, where he kind of blocked that shot. For me, I do feel like that was a handball because he leaned towards it.
Yeah.
But again, it wouldn't have mattered. I mean, you probably could have had the second best team in the world on that pitch, because on that pitch, Man City was the best team in the world.
Yeah,
I'm being
100%.
honest.
By leaps and bounds, too.
I mean, I will say we did our combined 11s, and I picked Rodri, and you picked Thomas Partey.
And Rodri looked better in that game.
Oh, he looked amazing. 100%. Thomas Partey looked terrible, man. He looked terrible. He was letting De Bruyne do whatever he wanted.
I'll give credit to Pep. I mean, he made De Bruyne pretty much told him just go wherever you want, because that's what he did. I did think Ruben Dias probably should have got a red card for looking out at Ben White. It's clearly after the fact, and he steps out at him, or kicks out at him, catches him in the back of the leg.
I knew you were going to bring that one up. That's not a red card, man.
Yeah, of course I'm going to bring it up. I'm still sour about this game. I don't even want to talk about it.
Yeah, it hurts as an Arsenal fan, for sure. But, I mean, you got to look at it, man. Best City, the best team won. Man City, man, they looked incredible. Yeah. Like I said, you could have put any other team in the world out on that pitch, and it would have been the same result.
For me, it's not the fact that City won. It's how they did it. Arsenal looked like a mid-table side against them.
I think it's Man City made them look like a mid-table side. It's not that Arsenal are a mid-table side, but that Man City team is so good, they made them look like it.
Yeah.
I mean, it comes down to the experience. Man City have been in this position. They knew this was a big game, and they showed up for it, whereas Arsenal did not show up for it.
Yeah. Speaking of not showing up, Gabriel Jesus, he did not show up for this game whatsoever. His runs were lackluster. His closing down and pressing was bad. Arsenal looked better after they took him off.
Yeah, you can say that. You can say that about Partey. I mean, honestly, was Gabriel Martinelli even in this game? Kyle Walker just shut him down. I mean, they couldn't get anything to Martinelli. Saka had a couple runs, but it was all over the pitch. It was every player.
Yeah, pretty much. Anyways, Erling Haaland in this one got the fourth in the 94th, breaking the record for most goals in a 38-game season. He was, at the time, spoiler alert, one away from the all-time record. So he isn't human and a robot. Got it. Again, it's the hope that kills you, but moving on. On the 27th, we had Everton against Newcastle. We both chose Newcastle, and this was the same. Men against boys.
Honestly, the first half was close. Newcastle only looked good, I would say.
I'd say about 3/4 of the second half. Yeah.
Yeah, like the last 20 minutes or so. But honestly, it was a game up until that point. Everton had chances. Dominic Calvert-Lewin had a goal taken back due to offsides. But it was the last 20 minutes, man. Football's a 90-minute game. You can't go out there for 70 minutes and expect to get anything.
Yeah. I will say, Callum Wilson scored in this one. Called it.
Good job.
Yeah. Joelinton, also goal in this one.
Yep,
so I got both of them. One. Two of the four I got. But yeah,
Callum Wilson got another one. You got to go Lasso, man.
Yeah. I will say, I did. You were right. I see it pointed out here. I said Newcastle struggled scoring goals. They've scored, what is it? It's more than 10 in their last 3 games?
You used to. Well, I'll say you used to.
Yeah.
Probably a month ago, you were saying Newcastle struggled to score goals. They have not struggled to score goals lately.
They have found their scoring boots, and they can't stop scoring now. It's insane.
But let's talk about that run from Alexander Isak, man. That was a thing of beauty.
Man, he turned... I know I wrote down 4 defenders, but I swear it was more. He made them look silly.
It was silly, man. It was silly. If you guys haven't seen that one, check it out. It's an amazing run for that 4th goal.
Yeah,
I
Jacob
think
Murphy
Jacob
got
Murphy scores
the easiest
yeah.
goal ever scored in his entire life, and Alexander Isak just made the whole Everton team look silly.
It was fantastic. Pretty sure I posted that on our Instagram story. So if you're not following us there,
yes, you did. Missed
make sure
out.
to do that.
All right. Next up, Southampton against Bournemouth. This was a bottom of the table 6-pointer.
Huge.
We both picked the wrong result. You picked Southampton. I picked a draw. Bournemouth got the win in this one. I'll be honest, they look like the better team in the first half.
They did. Bournemouth are looking really good, man. Gary O'Neill has done a fantastic job here lately with this Bournemouth team. I mean, you look at the players he has at his disposal and how they're staying alive, most likely.
Yeah.
I mean, they're sitting in
and
13th
winning
place.
games. Yeah.
And winning games. Yeah. All credit to him, man.
Marcus Tavernier put Bournemouth ahead on the 50th minute. And then Che Adams thought he equalized in the 89th minute, only for VAR to rule out the goal. I thought they had this one for sure.
Yeah, it was the right call, though.
It was. I had to watch it 4 or 5 times, but yes, it was completely the right call. And Southampton, I'm sorry, guys.
Used up all their luck against Arsenal and their skill against Arsenal in that game, man. The team they tied the first place team, and here they are fighting a team, in the relegation battle with them, and they can't do nothing.
Look bad.
Yeah.
Yikes. Okay. Next up, Tottenham against Manchester United. We both picked United, and for the first half, I would say
I was feeling pretty confident.
I was pretty confident. Yeah, it looked like United were going to run away with it. And come the second half, the Tottenham team we've known all season showed up in the second half, like they have all season. Got 2 back. Pedro Porro getting the first one for him with a superb volley. Very improvised, too.
That was a beautiful finish, yeah.
Yeah. Bruno hit the crossbar 2 minutes later. Should have scored. 1-1 with the keeper. And I mean, from there, United just looked like
scored. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, United looked like a completely different team in the second half. They were not playing the same. They sat back a lot more.
Yeah.
Spurs were allowed to run at them all second half.
I mean, both teams, I feel like, wasted so many chances in this game.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Eric Dyer missed a sitter from like 4 yards out with an empty net.
Oh, that header.
Yeah.
It was a header, wasn't it?
Like, you don't even have to hit it with your head. You hit it with your chest. It's
That was a bad miss. That was a bad miss.
So bad. But Spurs leveled the game on the 79th minute through Heung-min Son after a beautiful ball by Harry Kane.
Ooh, what a ball.
Yeah. That is how Eric Dyer should have scored. But,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if Tottenham didn't have Harry Kane, they would be mid-table, if I'm being honest with you.
I would say they would be like Chelsea.
Yeah, probably second half of the table if they didn't have Harry Kane.
Yeah, but credit Spurs, they actually showed some fight back in this one.
They did. They got, unlike they did at Newcastle, they showed some fight in this one. Was this Ryan Mason's first game in charge? So,
and he looked ecstatic on that sideline after that second goal. Okay. On the 29th, we had Crystal Palace against West Ham. And this might have been my favorite game of the weekend.
I definitely got up to watch this one, man.
What a game it was. You picked a draw. I picked West Ham. We both got it wrong.
This fixture creates lots of goals. Something I learned watching it, looking at the history of it. There's always goals in this one. Crystal Palace and West Ham.
Yeah. And there was 7. Crystal Palace winning 4-3. Yeah. I mean, both teams are looking good right now. Like that, for 2 teams that are closer to the bottom of the table, it did not look like either team was anywhere near it. Watching this.
No, I mean, West Ham got the scoring started off a corner. Thomas Suchek, his name will be said a lot here in this review. Jordan Ayew leveled for Palace in the 15th minute with a lovely ball from Michael Elise to put him in. Wilfred Zaha made it 2-0 for Palace in the 20th. Again, Michael Elise doing some damage down that right-hand side, putting the ball in. And then Palace made it 3-0 through Jeffrey Schlupp after he takes the ball from Thomas Souček and he gets poked right in on goal. Terrible giveaway. Terrible giveaway. But Michael Antonio scores off a flick corner from Thomas Souček. Thomas Souček flicks the ball for Antonio in the 35th. And then Abrichieze scores a PK after he was fouled. For me, a little soft. That was in the 66th.
Yeah.
But West Ham score off another corner through Naif Aguerd.
Sure.
Defender for West Ham. But guess who flicked the ball to him?
Souček.
Thomas Souček.
Yeah.
What a game, though, man. That was something else.
What a 35 minutes, man. Holy cow.
That first half was insane.
Yeah. That's why we love the Premier League.
But great result for Palace, man. I think we've been saying they're safe, but they actually jumped Chelsea in the table.
Yep. Yeah, I would say Palace is probably safe now. I will say the way Chelsea have been playing, they're not safe.
No.
Holy cow.
Yeah, looking at their last 5 results, man, 4 losses and a draw.
Yeah, and they do not look good in the process. So Frank Lampard has got his work cut out for him. And with that amount of talent on that squad, it should never be that way.
Not a chance. But Mauricio Pochettino announced, Chelsea manager. We'll see how he does. I know some Chelsea fans aren't too happy about it. Being a former Spurs manager, I think they're kind of used to Spurs getting their sloppy seconds, and now they're getting Spurses. With Mourinho going from Chelsea to Tottenham, and then Conte, and Andres Villas-Boas. I think he also went from Chelsea 100%, to Spurs. Yeah.
There's one difference between the two clubs, though, is almost all of those coaches won trophies.
Yes, they did.
Spurs have not. Moving on. Brentford, Nottingham Forest. We both picked Brentford, and they won 2-1. But Forest didn't let them go down easy. That is for sure.
Battle, man. This was a battle right here.
It was. Good old-fashioned slugfest. Danilo got Forest started from a deflected shot from Morgan Gibbs-White. First half stoppage time, and then something you wanted to talk about. Andre Ayew got a yellow after David Raya goes to drop kick a ball, and he blocked it.
Yeah, so I kind of want to talk about this because, I know when there's times, a goalie goes to drop kick a ball, when he throws it up in the air, players will come either put their head in there, poke a foot, poke the ball away. They get a yellow. But on this one, Raya, he had kicked it. The ball left his foot, and Ayew just stepped in front of him to block it. Why is that a yellow?
I don't think it should be. I'll be honest.
I don't think it should be. I mean, if the ball leaves his foot, it's fair game.
It's not a free kick, so it's not a dead ball. It's in play. So once he's kicked it, it's technically in play. There's no reason why you can't.
Is it because of does proximity have something to do with it? I don't
Probably,
know. He was
like
right next to him.
Impeding the goalkeeper. I don't know. Goalkeepers always get.
I know that's what they called it. Is he impedes the flow of play? But I don't understand that. If someone could explain that to me, that would be fantastic. I thought that was smart on his part because it left Raya's foot.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like one of those where he went to throw it up to go kick it and a player pokes it away. So that one irritated me. I just wanted your thoughts. Is that a foul? Should that be a yellow card offense?
No, not a yellow card. I mean, maybe you call it for a foul because he's impeding the goalkeeper, but
how if it leaves his foot?
Yeah, I know. That's where I'm like, I don't think it should be. It should be a foul, or definitely not a yellow. That's for sure. So I don't know.
That one irritated me, but
a lot of things with referees irritate me. So I can't really weigh in without being biased at this point.
Yeah, but I don't know. If someone wants to try to explain that one to me, I'd appreciate that.
Yeah, please let us know. Insert plug here for Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Just let us know on any one of those, wherever you're listening. So Ivan Toney got the equalizer in the 82nd minute off a free kick. The wall broke apart. Think the goalie should have stopped it?
100%.
Yeah.
Keylor Navas should have saved that. The wall shouldn't break apart like it did. So two mistakes led to that goal. Harsh for Forest. I thought they played really well in this game. Josh Da Silva gets the winner for Brentford. And this one was also looked at for quite a while on VAR because there was a player that was offsides, and they tried to determine if he was in the line of vision of Keylor Navas. For me, I think he was.
Yeah, me too. I just they've been giving them a lot this season where the player's standing off sides and he's clearly in the line of sight. This one for me was probably the most obvious of all season.
I thought it was. Yeah, I don't think it should have stood. I thought Forest got hard done by that. And honestly, I thought Forest deserved something from this game, the way they played.
Yeah, I agree. But they face Southampton in their next game, which is going to be absolutely huge because I think if Forest can win that game, they're getting pretty close to safety. They only have 4 games left to play.
It'll depend on other results around them, but yeah.
Yeah.
It's close down there at the bottom, man, with Leeds, Forest, City, Leicester City, Everton, and Southampton.
Yeah, everybody's picking up points now. I would have said West Ham were safe, but the way everybody else below them is picking up points, I can't say that anymore.
What's crazy is Bournemouth. They're in 13th, man. They're above Wolves and West Ham.
They're tied with Chelsea.
They are tied with Chelsea. I got to give more credit to Gary O'Neill then, man. Damn.
Yeah. Either that or, we both know Chelsea are that bad this season.
We both picked Bournemouth to go down here a couple months ago, but good job. Good job, Bournemouth.
Credit where credit is due.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Nottingham Forest, fresh off of their loss to Forest, Brighton played Wolves. Wolves fresh off a win against, was that Palace they played?
Yeah.
Yeah. This one looked like the proper Brighton team that we've known and watched. We both picked Brighton and they won 6-0. Holy crap. Where did that come from?
Dude, Wolves look terrible in this game. Like, every player looked bad.
Holy crap, man.
The only one I might be able to give credit to is Jose Sa, man. Goalkeeper for Wolves, but that's about it.
Helpless, though.
Deniz Undav had 2 goals, man, in the 6th and 66th. Second goal is a lovely chip. Might want to check that one out.
So pretty.
Pascal Gross had 2 goals in the 13th minute and the 26th minute. Second goal, another beauty. Flicks it up to himself, volleys it. Love those.
Oh, yes.
And then that guy Welbs, man. Danny Welbeck.
That guy Welbs. Danny Welbeck.
He had 2 goals in the 39th minute and the 48th.
Yeah, man. What a first half, man. Holy crap. 4 goals in the first half, 2 in the second. Wolves looked so bad, especially defensively.
Defensively,
what was going on?
They gave the ball away. They didn't mark in the box. They didn't put pressure on the players. They had sloppy clearances. Yeah, it was just all of those things. When you do those things,
they looked more like
Brighton.
They looked more like Southampton than Wolves in this game.
They didn't look good.
Yeah. All right. April 30th, we had Bournemouth against Leeds. This was a huge one. 6-pointer bottom of the table. We both picked a draw. Why? I don't know. Because Bournemouth destroyed Leeds 4-1 Jefferson
Yeah, I don't know
Lerma.
what I was thinking here, picking a draw.
I don't know either. I'm like looking at some of these picks here. I'm like, what? Okay. Jefferson Lerma got 2 quick goals for Bournemouth, 20th and 24th. Both nice finishes for him.
First one was really nice. Apparently, we had too many brews when we were making our pick.
Yeah, probably. That, you know what? You have a point there. Patrick Bamford got one back for Leeds in the 32nd minute with a header. Nice ball from Nanto. And poor giveaway in midfield from Bournemouth on that.
It was poor giveaway. Goes out to Nanto on the wing there, who has a lovely ball into Bamford.
Yeah. Dominic Solanke got Brentford's third in the 63rd minute with a long ball over the top. It was crossed to Solanke, and he had a nice, cool, calm finish on that one.
He did. He did.
And then Anthony Semenyo. Did I get that right?
Probably not, but that's all right.
Cool. Yeah. He completed the scoring in second half stoppage time. If you don't find this entertaining, you at least listen to this podcast for how much we butcher people's names. So,
right.
Goddamn Americans.
But man,
anyways,
Leeds are not good. Leeds are bad. I've been saying this now for how long?
I just don't understand how they're still in 16th place.
I don't either, man. When they've got 1 point in their last 5 games.
I don't understand it. Like, Leicester City's got 4 in their last 5 games. Nottingham Forest has got 3. But Leeds are somehow still in 16th place.
And they're so bad, man, defensively. And then their goalkeeper, man, Ilan Melier, had 2 terrible mistakes, man. As we saw, and if you watch the highlights of this, the second and fourth goal are completely his fault. Fourth goal, he comes out to punch it and just kind of barely slaps it away. And then I believe the fourth one just shot right to him that goes through. Should have been saving. But without Vober and Tyler Adams, man, Leeds are terrible defensively. They have no cover. Yeah. McKinney and Roca offer no defensive help in that midfield at all.
McKinney is not a defensive player either. So
well, it's showing.
Yeah, he's better off playing as a winger than he is a center mid.
He also gives the ball away a lot.
A lot, yeah. Which surprised me. He was so much better for Juventus. Maybe it's just players around him make him look better. I don't know. Next we had Fulham against Manchester City. We both picked Manchester City, and guess what? The juggernaut rolled on again. However,
this was a tough game though for City.
Fulham put up a fight in this one. Yeah, but who else could get the scoring started in the 3rd minute than the robot himself after Julian Alvarez was fouled by Tim Ream? It's goal number 50 for Erling Haaland in all competitions. Can anyone stop this kid?
No.
Yeah. I stick by what I said. I stick by it.
Oh, better than Ronaldo, huh?
No, best player in the world right now.
Oh, yeah.
But also, yeah, he is better than Ronaldo. I mean, Ronaldo plays in Saudi Arabia.
Gonna break Ronaldo's
It's not a fair comparison, Tyler.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's 37 years old, and Erling Haaland's
what would you say? Something about breaking his records or scoring
more
goals?
I said he could, by the end of his career, he probably will score more goals than Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay.
Yes.
But, man, I got a feel for a fellow American, Tim Ream, in this game who broke his arm. It was a nasty one if you see the replay.
Nasty. I watched it one time, and then every time I saw it, I'm like, nope.
I watched it one time, too, and did the whole,
and then I also threw up in my mouth a little bit. It's
a gross one, yeah.
It's nasty. Anyways. Whew.
Fulham equalized, though, in the 15th minute.
Fulham equalized in the 15th minute by Carlos Vinicius with their first meaningful attack.
I would say, was their first real attack.
And then Julian Alvarez with the golazo in the 36th.
What a golazo, man. No goalie in the world is stopping that one.
Oh, my God. Julian Alvarez took a shot, got deflected off the defender in front of him, took it, and put it far post, upper V, over Bernd Leno. What a shot it was.
Leno had some nice saves in this game.
I don't even think
good.
he did. He looked very good. And I don't even think Julian Alvarez looked up after he hit that first attempt. He settled the ball and then took a touch, struck it top corner.
It was a beauty, dude.
Yeah.
Again, I wish we could see him play week in, week out on a different team, but
I do too. But I mean, he's not going to start over Erling Haaland. But I mean, he could start over Riyad Mahrez. I would say that.
Well, he started in place of Kevin De Bruyne in this game.
Yeah. Yep. Which is an interesting position for Julian Alvarez, but it worked. After the win, this puts Manchester City in first place, 1 point ahead of Arsenal with a game in hand. And I'm going to stop talking about it.
Okay, man.
I'm not going to bring it up. Yeah, is the title City's. I mean, it's definitely theirs to lose now.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Next up, we had Manchester United against Aston Villa in a game that was essentially a battle for European spots.
It was.
Yeah, you picked a draw, I picked Villa, and it went the other way. Manchester United getting a narrow 1-0 win over Villa in this one. Bruno Fernandes with the lone goal on the 39th minute, following up a shot by Marcus Rashford. I mean, it was a nice header over the top for Rashford.
Yeah, Villa are playing a high line, man. Very high line with Rashford's speed.
With the speed on the wings for Manchester United, I don't understand that tactic.
Well, then, not only that, but Rashford is a great one-on-one player, as we saw in that Spurs game, man, where he just ate Eric Dyer up for that goal that he scored.
Yeah.
Kind of similar situation. It was almost identical, a little deja vu there, but the goalie saves it, but then he parries it, and Bruno Fernandes follows it up.
Yeah. And then in the 90th minute, Victor Lindelof, the brilliant header off the line to keep it a 1-0 win.
Oh, dude, that was a brilliant header off the line. As good as a goal right there.
Yeah.
Because that was going in.
It was, and that would have been huge for Villa to get a point there. And then you to get it right.
That's the main thing.
Next up, we had Newcastle against Southampton. We both picked Newcastle, and this was one way and one way only. Newcastle with 3 more goals in this one. Winning 3-1. Exciting opening minutes. Anthony Gordon had a golden opportunity in the 19th minute.
Oh, yeah, man, he was one-on-one.
I should have.
Puts it wide or hits the post. I can't remember. Something like that. Doesn't go in.
Yeah. Southampton got the scoring underway in the 41st minute. I think against a run of play, personally. Stuart Armstrong got the goal. Bruno Guimaraes got caught on the ball. And
beautiful tackle on him, to turn it over. Tackle.
But Newcastle weren't done. They scored in the 54th minute to level it up through Callum Wilson, who has found his scoring boots. Holy cow.
Yeah, he has, dude. Perfect time for Newcastle, too.
Right. Theo Walcott with an own goal in the 79th minute. I feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, it's one of those where he's standing in the box. The corner kind of comes. It's off a corner kick. The ball comes in and didn't really know anything about it. It hits off the outside of his foot and goes in. Sucks to be you, dude.
Sucks. And then Callum Wilson got his second in the 81st minute. He's on fire right now. Perfect time for Newcastle, too. Helps keep them ahead of Manchester United in the race for third place.
Yes, it does.
And also the race for me to pick the top 4 100% correctly.
You see Liverpool make their way up there, though? I told you they would.
I was just going to get into that, because speaking of Liverpool, they played Tottenham Hotspur.
Ooh, this was
what
the game
a game this was. You picked Liverpool, I picked a draw. Honestly, it could have gone either way.
It shouldn't have.
It almost did. It almost did. Barring 90 seconds, it would have. This one ended 4-3, and holy cow, Liverpool looked good in the first 20 minutes.
It was all Liverpool in the first 20 minutes.
What is going on? What is going on with Tottenham in the first 30 minutes of a game? They let in, 5 against Newcastle?
Something like that.
3 against Liverpool.
2 against United.
2 against like what? These are world-class athletes, or
So
at least I thought.
what I've decided watching this game between Tottenham and Liverpool is both teams attack very well and both teams cannot defend for crap.
Yep. And you are 100% correct.
Good for us.
You are 100% correct about Virgil van Dijk.
Oh, for that, was it the first goal? Poor guy slipped. I mean, you can't give him.
But he looks slow. He looks slow, and he hasn't been able to stop anybody this season.
No, but let's go through these goals real quick. Curtis Jones got the score in the third. Poor marking by Pedro Porro. Luis Diaz, man, on his return from injury.
Good to see him back.
Yeah, after poor marking from Eric Dyer and Romero in the fifth. Ball kind of, I forget who got played out to. I think it was Gagpo. Dyer didn't follow him. I think Gagpo puts it in the middle for Diaz, and Romero just watching him, man. Just watching him. And then Romero in it again. He fouls Cody Gagpo in the box. Mo Salah, hey, he scored a PK.
Hey, there we go.
The 15th minute. And honestly, it was Liverpool, dude. It was easy cruising. Life was good at Anfield for those Liverpool fans. And then kind of against the run of play, Tottenham got one. Harry Kane scored a nice volley in the 39th, and we go in at halftime 3-1.
Spurs with a little bit of momentum, yeah.
Yeah, they played a lot better in the second half, I will say.
They did.
But Son got a goal, lovely ball over the top in the 77th. And then against all odds, my dude, RICHARLISON, his first Tottenham goal.
It finally happened. It only took until there were 4 games left in the season. Celebrations. He took his shirt off, got another yellow card. This one wasn't taken off for offsides.
This was in the 90th plus 3. So they thought they had the draw.
We thought it was a draw, but wait. There's more.
Freaking Lucas Moura, man, with a terrible pass.
Now I see why he never plays for Spurs. Ever. That was so bad.
Terrible pass. Diogo Jota picks it up, finishes it.
In the 94th.
In the 90 plus 4.
Oh, yeah. After that goal, man, sit down, take a breath. Holy cow.
Yeah, it was... What an end to that game. Like you said, RICHARLISON, the former Evertonian man.
Yeah.
Gets the goal.
And then couldn't figure out what to do with the celebration. Looked like he stubbed his toe a couple times, tripped, and then just went over to the fans. Yeah. I didn't know what's going on. He was so surprised he scored, shocked himself. So, before we take any longer, because we've only been through one league, let's jump through our predictions for midweek.
All right, let's go.
All right. On the second, Arsenal against Chelsea.
You going to talk about on the first?
That was yesterday.
Oh, that's right. On the second, Arsenal-Chelsea, I'm going Arsenal.
Yeah, Chelsea are terrible. Doesn't matter how bad Arsenal are playing, Chelsea are terrible. At the Emirates. On the third, we got Liverpool against Fulham at Anfield. Yeah, same. Manchester City against West Ham.
City,
yeah. I think West Ham could make it interesting, but it's at the Etihad, so probably more like a 5-1 with Erling Haaland.
I hope not. Keep it respectable, West Ham.
I will give a quick shout out to Burnley and Sheffield United, who officially qualified for promotion to the English Premier League. We'll see you next season, friends.
Good job.
And you'll probably replace Southampton and Everton. We'll see who the last one is. All right, Targo, let's go over to La Liga.
La Liga, man. So on the 25th of April, we had Girona against Real Madrid. We both picked Madrid to win this game.
Holy crap, man.
We both were wrong.
I watched this one. Madrid dominated this entire game, and Girona scored on their first shot.
Yeah.
And their second shot. And then, their fifth shot. And then their sixth shot.
And who were the goals? It ended 4-2. And
Valentin Castellanos from
all 4
New York
goals.
City FC. All 4 goals. Apparently, he's only available for only 15 mil in the summer, by the way.
There you go. Vinny Jr. got one of the goals for Madrid in the 34th, a header. And Lucas Vasquez got the other one in the 85th, but a little too little, too late. Honestly, dude, Madrid were poor defensively. Like, they weren't just poor; they were really poor.
They were bad, and
especially you, Eder Militao, for that second goal.
And no Thibaut Courtois in this one either. So
I don't even think he would have made a difference.
No, I don't think so. Not at all. Girona played well in this one, but yeah,
it was the defensive mistakes for me.
So bad for Madrid. Defensively. Yeah,
Militao, which worries me when they play Man City, but
luckily they still got some games in between.
Yeah, they do. So, all right. Also on April 25th, we had Real Sociedad against Real Betis. We both said a draw, and we both were right.
Yeah, 0-0 in this one.
0-0.
It was very back and forth, very clear-cut, not very many clear-cut chances, and I'll be honest with you, both teams looked exhausted.
Yeah, it wasn't
towards the end of that second half. It was no one could get their legs under them to even get a shot on target, let alone a solid cross. It was bad.
Moving on to the April 26th, we had Atletico Madrid against Mallorca. We both picked Atleti. We both were right. Madrid won this one 3-1. Yeah. Atleti, man, wearing their anniversary kit, the blue and white.
Those were slick.
It was weird seeing them in blue and white, though.
I know.
Not gonna lie.
I know.
Like, am I watching Sociedad?
I turned it on. I'm like, wait.
Who's playing? But yeah, Mallorca, man, they took the lead in this one through Mario Nastasic in the 20th. A header off a corner. He was all by himself at the back post. Atleti came alive, though. They leveled just before the half through Rodrigo de Paul in the 47th. And then Alvaro Morata got Atleti the lead just 2 minutes in the second half with a beautiful header. And then Yannick Carrasco put the game away in the 77th after being one-on-one with the goalie. Beautiful through ball by Antoine Griezmann, though.
Oh, yes.
That ball from Griezmann over the top.
And it was pinpoint on the money. What was that, 30-yard through ball?
Yeah, right outside of his left.
Yeah. Oh, God, it was beautiful.
And then Carrasco's move to go around the goalie was also nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Stood no chance.
But on the 26th of April, we had Rayo Vallecano against Barcelona. We both picked Barca because, well, why not? You're top of La Liga. Well, they lost this one, man. 2-1. Upset. Pedri was back for this one.
Yeah, it was definitely an upset. And I'll be honest with you, Barcelona defensively did not look good.
Not the best, no.
Not for a team 11 points up in first place.
It's a good thing they are, right?
Yeah.
Maybe they're starting to play like that. But Alvaro Garcia put Rayo ahead in the 19th with a rocket, man, at the bottom corner.
Oh, it was a laser beam.
And then Fran Garcia, man, made it 2-0 in the 53rd. Pretty much just taking a stroll through the middle of through Barca's midfield and defense, just taking a stroll down the middle of it, man.
And he just starts. You could see him coming too. He starts this jog.
What was and the player on his team, by Frankie De Jong, man?
It was terrible. And then the guy who gets the ball from Frankie just takes a touch, and you just see Fran Garcia just gets the ball, just dribbles, and it's like parting of the sea.
That's what it reminded me of.
And then it just parting of the sea. Like you just see Barcelona's defense go like this, and Fran Garcia's looking around like, wait, where's everybody? And he just dribbles in and slots it home. I'm like, what? What happened?
That was a funny one. Robert Lewandowski got one back for Barca in the 83rd, but a little too late.
Yeah.
Nice strike by him, though. Moving on, though, on the 29th, Real Madrid back in action, trying to make up after that loss to Girona. They played Almeria. They played Almeria. We both picked Madrid to win.
Yeah.
We were right on this one. They won 4-2. Karim Benzema, man, with a first half hat trick.
How many times has he done that this season?
I
feel like it's been a lot.
Him and Erling Haaland, man, on the hat tricks.
Yeah, in a short span of time, too.
But he got a goal in the 5th minute, 17th minute, scored a penalty in the 42nd. Lazaro got one back for Almeria in first half stoppage time, kind of against the run of play. Oh, dude, this Rodrigo goal, though, in the 47th.
Oh.
Golazo, man.
What a strike. What a
remind me of Julian Alvarez's, but the opposite corner.
Yeah. 100%. And a beautiful assist in that one.
Yeah. Oh, from Benzema?
Yes.
Yeah. Almeria got another one. Lucas Roberton in the 61st to make it 4-2 with a nice header. Honestly, Madrid could have had more. Benzema hit the post. Camavinga had one taken back to offsides. Asensio hit the post and the crossbar. They were all over Almeria. They were trying to make up for that previous game, man.
Yeah, they were.
But also on the 29th, we had Barcelona against Real Betis. I picked Barca. You picked a draw.
Yeah, I don't know what I was smoking.
Barca won this one 4-0.
Yeah. And I remember saying when I said draw, I was like, I feel it in my gut. After watching Betis against Sociedad, no. It was
your gut was wrong.
Yeah,
you ate something bad. Something bad was in your gut. But this was a dominating performance from Barca, man. Rafinha had a nice assist, crossed it for Andreas Christensen, who heads it in the 14th minute. And then it kind of got bad to worse. Edgar Gonzalez gets sent off in the 33rd after 2 yellow card tackles. They weren't good tackles.
No, they were deserved.
But Robert Lewandowski gets Barca's second in the 36th, just 3 minutes after the sending off. And then Rafinha made it 3-0 in the 39th with a nice finish, and Barca were cruising. Betis did get an own goal from Guido Rodriguez. It was put in after a fantastic run, dude, from Ansu Fati. He just put his defender through the spin cycle, man, and he crossed it and kind of came off the defender who was sliding in. But good to see Barca getting some players back from injury. As I mentioned in the previous game, they had Frankie de Jong and Pedri. Then this game, they got Ousmane Dembele back.
Which is huge for them, yeah. They've definitely been missing him.
So, yeah, Ousmane Dembele and Pedri, I would say, are some fantastic guys to get back from injury.
Yeah, I mean, even with their starting lineup, to get these guys back from injury just shows you how much talent they have at the club, even though they probably need to get rid of about 10 of them.
Probably, yeah. All right, moving on. So on April 30th, we had Real Valladolid against Atletico Madrid. We both picked Atletico, and they did not disappoint. They won 5-2.
Yeah.
Molina got the starter for Atleti. Yeah, this was a dominating game from them. Molina got the goals started in the 20th. Jose Maria Jimenez doubled the lead with a header off a free kick. Alvaro Morata made it 3 in the 38th with a beautiful goal. Valladolid, they did get one back from the spot. Kyle Larin in the 42nd. And then they made it a 1-goal game with a goal by Sergio Escudero with a header off a corner kick. And then Valladolid got a 3rd goal. Unfortunately, it was at the wrong end. Joaquin put it in the back of his own net. And then Memphis Depay, man, that 5th goal was a beauty.
What a run! Holy cow!
That was a beauty.
Reminiscent of Rafael Leao with that one.
So that was the action from the past week in La Liga. And coming up here on the 2nd, we got Barcelona and versus Osasuna. Oh, you're changing your answer?
Yeah.
Don't want to say a draw anymore?
No.
All right. Well, we both
Barcelona win. Osasuna has impressed me this season. They've been doing really well. Barcelona have got all these players back from injury. They're playing at the Camp Nou. They're going to win this one.
And then also on the second, we have Real Sociedad against Real Madrid. We're both picking Madrid to win this one.
Yeah, I just Sociedad haven't been scoring any goals lately.
They have trouble scoring goals, yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
keep saying it, and then maybe they'll be like Newcastle. And
yeah, I'll keep saying it until they start. Facts are facts.
And then on the third, we have Atletico Madrid against Cadiz.
Atleti, man,
against Atletico,
they're the hot hand in La Liga right now. They've been scoring goals for fun.
Yes, they have.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the Bundesliga. On the 28th, we had Bochum against Borussia Dortmund. We both picked Dortmund, and this ended in a draw. 1-1. Bochum got the scoring going in the 5th minute through Anthony Lucila. And then Karim Adeyemi got the equalizer 2 minutes later. And that was it.
That draw could have implications. We'll find out. See how Bayern did.
It could. It could. On the 29th, we had Union Berlin against Bayer Leverkusen. You called me crazy for picking a draw. You picked Leverkusen, and it ended 0-0 in what honestly was probably the worst game I've seen both teams play all season.
Yeah, draw doesn't really do either any favors, does it?
No, neither one. I mean, probably Union Berlin more than Leipzig at this point.
Yeah, because Leverkusen.
Well, Leipzig, yeah, does Leipzig a favor. Gives them a little breathing room over Leverkusen. Speaking of which, RB Leipzig played Hoffenheim. You picked Leipzig, and I some reason picked a draw.
Yeah,
don't know
normally
why.
You pick your boys Leipzig.
I know. They've been struggling lately, but they won 1-0. Christopher Nkunku got the lone goal in the 28th minute. And, Leipzig now are 6 points clear of Leverkusen with that win.
They are. Yeah, in 5th place.
It's a big win for them. On the 30th, we had Bayern Munich against Hertha Berlin. You picked Bayern. I picked a draw because Bayern hadn't won. They won one game in their last 6 or 7 games. Well, they finally won, and you were right. 2-0 in this one. Serge Gnabry got the scoring start in the 69th minute. Nice. Lovely header. Beautiful pass from Joshua Kimmich. You're welcome. Kingsley Coman doubled the lead 10 minutes later with a beautiful pass from Kimmich again.
Kimmich has some nice balls in this game.
Oh, man.
Beautiful passes, man.
Fire. Nice saves by Oliver Christensen in goal.
Yeah, the Hertha goalkeeper.
Yeah, it could have been a lot more. But you've said it.
Yeah, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Man, Bayern need a striker. Like, it took till the 69th minute for them to get their goal. They should have had one before that.
Oh, yeah.
And I think a more clinical finisher in the box gets that done for them.
100%. All right. Off to the Serie A. And on the 29th, we had AS Roma against AC Milan. You picked a draw. And I picked Milan. This ended in a draw.
Told you.
Yeah, you did. Tammy Abraham blocked his own player's shot, which would have for sure been a goal in the 33rd minute.
That was hilarious. He goes to jump and just kind of jumps right into the ball, blocks it.
I did have a nice laugh about it. He made amends, though. Got a goal in the 90th +3 after Roma nicked the ball away from Milan in the middle of the park. Forcing a breakaway. Wow, my brain is not working. Obviously, you see my picks.
But yeah, Alexis stole the ball. Kind of ended up with Abraham. He put it away.
Yeah, Alexis Sulamakers saves the day for Milan in the 97th minute, getting the equalizer. Cross was to the far post. Put it on net. Poor marking. Mourinho was pissed. What else do you expect?
90th +7. What an ending to that game.
What an extra time. Holy cow. Nothing until then. 2 goals. On the 30th, we had Napoli against Salernitana. we thought this would be Napoli's championship-winning game. It would have
Memo
been.
Ochoa had
Had
other plans, man.
If it wasn't for World Cup Memo Ochoa coming out of hibernation for this one, because, man, this is the same Memo I've seen in every World Cup that he's played in. He was unbeatable.
I feel like he's been playing good for Salernitana.
He has, but this one was like supernatural. Some of the saves he made, oh my God. Matthias Oliveira put Napoli ahead in the 62nd minute with a header off of a corner, and then Salernitana leveled it late. Boulaye Dia in the 84th minute, beautiful goal, beats Victor Osimhen and curls it in with his left foot.
That was a beauty, dude. He put Victor Osimhen through the wash cycle and curls it.
Yeah.
Curler.
Victor Osimhen has never been known for his defending, though, so I'll let him have a pass on this one. Next up, we had Inter against Lazio. You said a draw. I thought Lazio were going to pip one. They got their butts kicked. This was 3-1 for Inter Milan.
Your boy started.
I know. This is the first game I didn't say if he starts. Then maybe I should have. Yeah, Lazio got the scoring started in the 30th minute through Felipe Anderson after a terrible giveaway on the edge of the box.
God, awful giveaway, man.
I feel like there's been a theme this week.
You can't lose the ball.
Terrible defending and bad giveaways. Like, all over the place.
With the ball there.
I don't get it. Lautaro Martinez came on as a sub and scored in the 77th minute, assisted by none other than
Lukaku.
Robin Gosens got Inter's second in the 83rd minute. This one was also assisted by
Lukaku.
And then Martinez got his second in the 90th minute after another poor back pass.
Poor decision.
Lazio fell apart.
Cost you goals.
Apart in the last 10 minutes. Holy cow.
I just got to say, though, watching this game, man, I love Nicolo Barella.
Dude, he's so much fun.
He's so good. The balls he plays, he's fun. Just his expressions on the pitch, where he has a shot that gets saved. I love it.
Classic Italian. Love it. All right, Bologna and Juventus. We both picked Juve. This one ended in a draw. 1-1 for this one. Yeah. Riccardo Ossolini put Bologna ahead after Danilo was penalized for his tackle on Orsolini, and he converted the following penalty kick in the 10th minute. And then on the other end, Juve were awarded a penalty kick in the 30th minute after a foul on Arkadiusz Milik. Yeah, this one was funny to watch. I don't know what was going on.
So he didn't make his PK, FYI. No, the goalie saves it. But the hop, dude, this was the biggest hop I think I've ever seen. It's terrible.
He jumps straight up in the air, comes down and misses it. I was like, what? What are you thinking, man? You're not Neymar. Come on.
You're not Jorginho.
Yeah. And he doesn't even take penalties anymore.
Nope.
Yeah.
He doesn't play much anymore.
For real. Milik leveled the match on the hour mark with a lovely low drive to the bottom corner, and it was definitely coming for Juventus.
Yeah, it was a nice goal. Lovely hard shot down to the corner, as you said. But honestly, both teams should have had like 3 more goals each.
Yeah, I was just saying that. Like, how that wasn't more, I have no idea. Dusan Vlahovic missed a sitter.
Can we talk about him for a second?
Yeah, I mean,
how
where do you want to start?
Enter? How much did he cost, or not Inter? How much did he cost Juve?
I think, was it 65 mil, I think? Somewhere in there?
So he's got 8 goals and 2 assists in 23 matches in Serie A.
Supposed to be the next best young talent in Serie A.
How old is he? 23,
I think.
He's older than that, but something like that. He's young.
Yeah.
But let's look at a player like Ivan Toney. Plays for Brentford in the Premier League. He's got 31 apps. He's got 10 goals and 3 assists.
It's 20.
20 goals, sorry, and 3 assists.
Yeah.
Ivan Toney is better than Dusan Vlahovic. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, 100%. You hear that, Arsenal? You went after Vlahovic. Maybe you should go after Ivan Toney. Just saying.
I just don't. Man, this guy was hyped up. He was a one-season wonder. It looks like, if I'm being honest.
That's what it looks like. I also think that the style of play that Juve has does not suit his style. I don't think Arsenal's would have fit him either. But he definitely enjoys more balls being played into him, like crosses. And that's where he really excels. But you put the ball at his feet, and it's not good.
Obviously.
Yeah. So let's preview our midweek games in Italy. First off, on the 2nd, we got Udinese against Napoli. Napoli in this one? They finally get the win.
They're going to win it.
Finally can officially call them champions, even though we've been calling them that for 3 months.
We'll see. The Lecce won't be pushover.
Udinese,
sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Speaking of Lecce, they play Juventus on the 3rd. One-way traffic in this one, Juventus.
I'm going Juve, yeah.
Yeah, me too. Next up, we got AC Milan against Cremonese. Milan. Hellas Verona against Inter Milan. Milan.
Going Inter, yeah, we'll see.
Inter on this one. Lazio against Sassuolo. You've got a couple of their picks right out of nowhere this season.
Sassuolo?
Yeah.
I'm going Lazio on this one, man.
I'm going to go draw.
Sassuolo are a good team.
They are a good team, and they love to play the bigger teams. So we'll see if they can get something out of it. I sure hope they do for my own sake. Anyways. Next up, we got Monza against AS Roma.
Going Roma.
I'm going Monza.
Ooh, bold pick.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, they beat Roma the last time they played them. So this one's at home. We'll see.
All right.
So that concludes our games. You got 17 out of 33 correct. I got 14. You're now up 2-0, my friend.
All right.
So let's change gears and let's go into our power rankings
for the month of
and
April.
What might be the hardest power rankings I've ever had to do in my entire life.
Hard, dude. So hard.
Goodness. All the big teams sucked.
I need like
except
a top
for
20.
Manchester City.
I had all my teams written down that I wanted, and there was 27 of them. And I had to somehow condense it down to 10.
Yeah, it was hard for me to keep it to 10. Like once I got to 10, I was like, I'm just gonna walk away. I can't. There's so many teams that could have been in this, and so many teams that deserve not to be in this that are still in this.
So for example, there's teams, like I said, we talk about we look at the record for one, see how they did. But then we also look at, okay, well, if these two teams were to play, who would win in a game? I guess, according to us.
Yeah.
But let's go through it, man. Give me your top 10 power rankings for April.
All right. Number 10, I have Lazio. Second place in the Serie A. I mean, this is going to be a theme for a lot of these teams is they didn't do very well in the month of April. Lazio, 3 wins, 2 losses. But, man, they look so good at times. And other times, it look like they can't defend my grandmother. So, I don't know. Number 9, I got Borussia Dortmund, who won 2 games, drew 2 games, and lost 2 games.
Okay, yep, we're in first place. Bottled it now to Bayern Munich.
Yeah, now they're in second. 2 wins in their last 5.
I do have to correct you, though. They won 3 games.
Sorry. I didn't update this. Thank you. I think it was the only one. So that's a positive. Okay. Next up, 8th place, Newcastle United. Finally scored goals. Yeah.
Surprising.
Yeah, they look good, but they also didn't really play any. I mean, they played Tottenham. That was it.
Played Man
For
United.
okay, Man United. They got their butts kicked by Aston Villa. That's why that game right there is pretty much why they're 8th for me.
Okay.
But they won 6, lost 1. Scoring goals for fun now. So we'll see if they can jump up my power rankings real fast. I just couldn't put them above my number 7 team. Your new favorite, Bayer Leverkusen, man.
I do like Leverkusen. You're not wrong.
I couldn't put them above them. I mean, if they played, sure, it would be close. Newcastle might win.
I think I would give it to Newcastle, yeah.
But Leverkusen didn't lose a game in all of April.
It's impressive.
4 wins, 3 draws. They look so fun. They're so fun to watch. Not to mention semifinalists in the Europa League.
There you go.
Number 6, was hard for me. Put these guys this low on my list.
It's the
Napoli,
losses, man.
Napoli,
Losses.
yeah, 2 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses in a rough April for them. I think they're just in cruise control now. They're out of the Champions League, but man, were those Champions League losses hard to take. Number 5, the team that beat them twice. Well, once in the league, once in the Champions League.
Mm-hmm.
AC Milan, 2 wins against Napoli. They won 3, drew 4, lost 0.
Lots of draws, though.
Yes. Number 4, Atletico Madrid. They're on
playing
fire.
real well, man.
I almost put them number 2. I almost did.
They're 1 loss, though. You know who it's to?
It's Barcelona. Yeah.
So you can't have Barca.
So you can't put
them.
Yeah. And you'll see why I ranked everybody this way, just because of, well, we'll start the chain with that. Next one is Barcelona at number 3. They had 2 losses, both against Real Madrid. My number 2, Real Madrid. They were 7-2 in the month of April. They played 9 games in April.
That's a crap ton, man.
Holy cow. Yeah, 2 wins over Barca, 2 wins over Chelsea. They look good in Champions League, and this was before they lost to Girona. So, and then number 1 should be everybody's number 1. They're the best team in the world. They probably beat most countries. And I really, right now, they're scary, and I don't know how anybody beats them right now. Manchester City. They're unbeaten in 18 now. They won 7, tied 1, and the tie was against Bayern Munich.
At the Allianz.
Yeah. Emphatic wins over Arsenal, Liverpool, and Bayern Munich in that span as well. So, those are my power rankings for the month of April. Targo, what you got?
All right, man. So my number 10, I went with Inter Milan.
Okay.
They had 4 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses, but big wins over Benfica, Juve, and Lazio. So they had huge wins, but the losses were to Monza and Fiorentina. So a little rough on the losses, that against teams they would expect to beat, and then they beat the teams they might not necessarily expect to win against.
Right.
So I put them as my number 10. My number 9 is your number 9, Borussia Dortmund, who had 3 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. Those losses were to Bayern, Munich, and RB Leipzig. They lost to Leipzig in the DFB Pokal. But they had big wins against Frankfurt and Union Berlin. And then who could forget about that game against Stuttgart, that draw. And then they drew here this past week in the Bochum.
Yeah.
So they're at 9.
I mean, Bochum's in the relegation zone. Stuttgart's on the same amount of points, just out of the relegation zone via goal differential. Those are bad draws.
Those are bad ones. Yeah, those are teams they should be beating, especially if they want to win the league. My number 8, again, this one was also tough for me, man. I went with Napoli.
I really don't blame you. They were not very good in the month of April.
2 wins, 3 draws, 2 losses. Their really only significant win was they had a big win over Juve. Those 2 losses to Milan.
Especially the 4-0.
Thumping, yeah.
Thumping.
So above them, I had to put AC Milan in 7th. 3 wins, 4 draws, big wins against Napoli. Not bad if you're Milan. The only thing is you're still sitting in 5th in Serie A.
Yeah.
So we need to turn some of those draws into wins. And so in 6th, then, this is kind of my surprise team, I guess you could say. I have Newcastle.
Yeah, and not really surprising.
I'm high on Newcastle, man. 6 wins, 1 loss. That loss came to Villa. Beat Man United, put 6 past Spurs. Having said that, I know Villa beat them, and I got to give an honorable mention to Aston Villa.
Yeah, they're in mine too.
They're an honorable mention, man. They were 5-1-1, wins over Chelsea, Newcastle, lost to Man United, and a draw to Brentford. So, Villa, you're my honorable mention, I would say. I got a couple others if you want to hear them, but...
Well, we can do that at the end.
All right. So, for number 5, Atletico Madrid. 4 wins, 2 losses. They did play a friendly, which they lost to Besiktas. But then that loss to Barcelona, tough one. But they've been playing well, man. They're flying high. Definitely got that 3rd place spot on lock. Potentially could get 2nd if Madrid slip up. So they're in 5th. And then right above them, because they beat them, Barcelona. 3 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. Losses to Real Madrid, Rayo Vallecano, draws to Girona and Getafe, but the big win over Atleti. Keeps them relevant. And my number 3, you might give me some stick for this one. I have Bayern Munich.
Yeah, I should, because the record speaks for itself.
4 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses.
They have been awful lately.
They have a loss to Freiburg in the DFB Pokal. They lost to Man City and Mainz. And then they have draws against City and Hoffenheim, but they do have a big win against Dortmund.
Yeah.
They're a big rival, and they're also 1st in the Bundesliga. And so that's where I kind of had to think about it. Like, okay, if Bayern Munich, for example, played Newcastle, who do I think would win? For me, honestly, it almost depends. Is it at the Allianz or is it?
Yeah. It's at St. James Park.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Obviously they didn't even make it into my top 10, so
yeah, I had to put them there.
Or my honorable mentions.
They're in 1st place in the Bundesliga, man. They got to be in a top European league, so they got to be on mine. My number 2, obviously, same as yours, Real Madrid. 7 wins, 2 losses, wins over Barca, Chelsea. Those losses were to Villarreal and Girona. And 1st place, obviously, Manchester City. Big wins over Bayern, Arsenal, Liverpool. And their 1 draw came to Bayern at the Allianz.
Yeah.
They're obviously the best team in the world. I don't think anyone would debate that.
I don't even know.
Below Man City, you could get a little wishy-washy.
I don't even know if it's like arm's reach at this point. It's like head and shoulders and then a torso above everybody else. They're so good.
Like on some days, I want to say Real Madrid, but then you see them lose to
Girona. Yeah.
But then they come back with a big emphatic win, so I don't know. And then, like I said, I had some honorable mentions. I got a shout out to Porto, who are 6-0.
They beat Benfica.
They had a notable win against Benfica. PSV in the Eredivisie also are 6-0 in April. Beat Ajax twice. And a team you might not think of, Clermont Foot in Ligue 1. 5 wins, no losses.
But no notable wins.
Yeah, but no real notable wins. And then some teams I gotta think about, like, damn, what do I do with them? You know, like a Liverpool team, Man United, PSG. Like neither of us even mentioned PSG with Kylian Mbappe and Lionel Messi.
Right. but they've been. I mean, they won 3, lost 3. They've been really bad lately in Ligue 1.
Very inconsistent, yeah.
Yeah,
Here the past couple months.
they're starting to fall apart.
They're still in first in Ligue 1, but
I mean, they should. Come on. Yeah, I mean, I have quite a few honorable mentions as well. Like, it was hard to just have 10 teams. I mean, you got Arsenal up until this last weekend. We're in first of the Premier League. Have been
their April was trash, dude.
Huh?
They won 1 game in April.
Yeah, I know. That's why they're not on my list.
Yeah.
Inter, you said it. They were your number 10. Juve, even. They had a solid April.
One of your honorable mentions I definitely agree with, Sevilla.
Yeah, Sevilla. Yeah. They're hot right now and at the right time, especially with the Europa League semifinals coming up.
6 wins, 1 draw. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, wins over Villarreal and Man United and a draw against United. So, yeah, they're a hot hand, and Aston Villa. Those are my honorable mentions.
Those are good ones. Lots of good teams. Honestly, guys, let us know who would be your top 10 power rankings in the world. Let us know. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Brews and Banter FC. Check out the YouTube. And, of course, don't forget to check out our Redbubble account, where I believe you have a new Messi design.
Yeah.
Ooh, Lionel Messi.
I'm not gonna unveil too much after that because, well, you got to go check it out.
There you go. So that brings us to the end of this episode. We appreciate you guys. Thank you for listening. And as always, cheers.
Cheers.